Single-storey versus double-storey homes. This is a question asked by a number of our clients. When buying a house and land package, there are a large variety of choices to select from. This is both internally and externally. If the buying intention is to purchase a home to occupy or to invest, no one person settles on the same type of home. In this podcast, we discuss the difference between a single-storey and a double-storey home. Land size. Before deciding what type of house you want, the first consideration is to take precedence on the size of the block. Due to the housing affordability, many buyers have reverted to purchasing smaller blocks to cater their budget. As the block gets smaller, this may also restrict the type of house you can construct. In these cases, when a block is smaller, a double-storey residence would make more sense. If you're still wanting a 4-bedroom house with some form of outdoor space. Building up rather than across the block of land allows you to potentially have an alfresco, a garden shed and some backyard for your children. Some blocks of land may also have easements, which can also restrict the build. If this is the case, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy the outdoor area of the block, it just means that you can't build on that particular area. Adopting a double storey may be the best way to have the internal space you desire. The more narrow the block, the cheaper the land may be. If this is the case, a double storey is also a better option if you're trying to have a secured lock-up garage, particularly a double storey. If the block is larger, it doesn't stop you from having a double storey, but the cost of building a single storey may present a more feasible option. This is discussed in the next point. Building costs. When considering the cost of building a single or a double storey home, you'll need to quickly acknowledge a single storey is much cheaper to a double. The cost difference can be approximately 30% more by taking on a double storey. This is taking into consideration that the internal size of a single storey is the same as a double. There are a number of extra costs associated when building a second level to your home. These costs can include things such as plans and permits relating to obtaining approvals from the local council or other regulatory third party, having multiple staircases, scaffoldings required to build the second level to safely and under specific building codes. Steel manufacturing to support the additional leave may also be necessary. These are just some of the additional requirements that require further costs. In order to also eliminate the uncertainty of these building expenses, a full turnkey solution is also recommended. Building timeframes are also longer when selecting a double storey as it is to a single storey, which means you may be paying interest on a construction loan for longer periods of time. More on timeframes in the next point. Building timeframes. You can expect the double storey to take longer to build to a single. Each builder has their own standard build times, but you can assure it will take 3 to 6 months longer to build a double storey. They usually have the same build stages, but it requires more time. A single storey can often take about 6 months to construct a standalone house. Maximising your property. When selecting a single storey, you may find the open floor plan and second living area captures more internal space. A double storey can gain the same space, but you'll need to remember that the staircase to enter the next level takes a lot of the internal area. This will reduce the ground level living area. To make up this lost space, you may need a larger house to the single storey to create a second living area upstairs, being a retreat room. If the location of the home has a view to take advantage of, a double storey may take further interest. The top level may get a better view in comparison to the ground level. Some homes have some captivating surroundings, including wetlands, parks or reserves, or some form of wildlife, to name a few. Age of the buyer. This is more relevant to an owner-occupier. If you're an older person, you may not have the physicality to walk up and down the stairs regularly as you were as a younger person. A younger family may also see the staircase as a hazard for their children. A middle-aged or matured-age family may take a great appreciation by separating the family within the home. Multi-generational families have become more common, particularly in Melbourne and Sydney. A double storey may have an easier designed floor plan to have a master bedroom on both floors being the ground and first level. For a couple, they may not effectively use the first floor as they would being on the ground floor. Energy efficiency. With today's technology, many new homes have great energy efficiency. To keep a home cooler in summer and warmer in the winter, it's definitely easier, in general terms, to keep a single story more at a moderate room temperature. Single story versus double story, which is better? There isn't a right or wrong answer here. Before making your decision, you need to take into consideration your budget, lifestyle, and future needs. If it's for an investment purpose or to occupy, this can also play a large contribution to the right decision. If you're wanting to buy a home, at Crest Property Investments, we specialise in sourcing brand new and off-the-plan properties for buyers. We've been working with many buyers, from first home buyers to owner-occupiers and even savvy investors. If you'd like some assistance in buying the right property, please don't hesitate to contact us. We welcome the opportunity to help you make the best property decision. You can also visit our YouTube channel, which also has some helpful resources to learn more about property tips and varying other things as well. Feel free to learn more about our services at our website, www.crestproperty.net.au, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.